What's up, guys? Welcome back to So Many Parks, So Little Time, or as I like to call it, Samurai Pokemon So Landed. So, we are at Universal Studios Japan in Osaka. Man, this has been one of my most anticipated parks of the trip. I've loved all of the Universal parks that I've ever been to, that being the Florida parks, California parks, and Singapore, and now I have finally made it to their Japan location. Now, just like the Universal parks, there are some attractions here that you can find at the other locations. You've got your Hogwarts Castle, you got Jurassic Park the ride, but then you have some very unique attractions like Hollywood Dream, as well as the Flying Dinosaur, which is honestly one of my most anticipated roller coasters of this trip. It is this B&M flying roller coaster. I've heard that it's one of the most intense roller coasters that B&M has ever made, and it's just a powerhouse of a roller coaster. Along with Flying Dinosaur, we also have Super Nintendo World. Now, as of this recording, the only Super Nintendo Worlds right now are here in Japan as well as in Hollywood. The Hollywood one was under construction when I went, so I wasn't able to go in, so I'm excited to give the one here a look around and see how it looks. And then probably the one that I'm personally more excited for, this park still has Jaws the ride. Jaws is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I miss the Universal attraction dearly. I last rode it in January of 2012, which was the final days of Jaws the ride in Universal, but they still have it here. It's just in Japanese. Overall, this is just going to be an awesome day. Even though it's sweltering heat right now, the sun is trying to cook me alive. We're gonna have a really good day, so let's go check out Universal Studios Japan. So just like in Universal Studios Singapore, there are some rain roofs that are above the midways, and man, these are such an awesome concept. Just protecting people from the elements while still also having that main street. Tokyo Disney does the same thing. These things are fantastic. So the entry for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter here is actually really cool. You got these stone formations here, and then you have to take a walk in the woods that goes all the way back to the Hogsmeade area. It's really unique and really kind of separates it from the rest of the park. Also, these tall trees are kind of necessary because they are blowing up sharks on the other side of them, so they gotta hide that. Yeah, because Hippogriff usually gets a long line.
Yeah, hopefully that'll avoid any two trains.
hey, since when did Vekoma roller skaters have a bite to them? We did Flight of the Hippogriff, and yeah, it actually, for a Vekoma roller skater, it seemed to have a bit more forces as well as a bit more laterals as well. Very unusual, because this one felt just a little bit more intense than Flight of the Hippogriff at Orlando. And then, yeah, just a million times more intense than the one in Hollywood. Oh, heck yeah, we are in Super Nintendo World.
We're not actually in the world yet.
Oh, heck yeah, we are almost to Super Nintendo World.
We must enter the portal.
Yes. Oh, dude, I saw this entry portal in Hollywood while it was under construction. Now I get to go through the actual one here in Japan. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, is he Yoshi walking up there?
Wow.
Oh,
He's so cute.
dude. Dude, this is epic. One would say it's an epic universe. Hey, it's Jack Black.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, people.
The good news is, like, since this is coming out,
Oh, I like this a lot.
this is so cool. I bet there's a lot of Easter eggs, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I can't wait for Fast and the Furious coaster.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. That park desperately needed it.
Yeah, and that park's gonna thrive, I think.
Yeah, it's on the up and up. Oh. Bullet bills and ba-bombs.
Disney who? Back to work. Driver's school or
Briefing.
Here's what I was going to say.
Mario Kart ride, and it was my very first time doing one of these Mario Kart rides. They have one in California, there's going to be one built in Florida, and wow, that was a really, really technical experience. It actually has a bit of a learning curve. Even though I followed the instruction video, you really can't get a grasp for how the ride works until you're actually on it. You're actually looking around, and that's what I encourage you to do when you're on the ride, is to look around, use that augmented reality to your advantage. But yeah, the ride is a lot of fun, and a lot of times the AR actually blends seamlessly into the real world sets. It's crazy what they were able to accomplish with this ride. Very, very glad that we got to do it. So we decided we are not going to do the Yoshi ride, just because it's got a really, really long queue. And then there's other stuff at Universal that we want to do. But have no fear, this land as it is, including the Yoshi ride, it's going to be built at Epic Universe in Florida next year. So yeah, I'll be going to that park sometime next year, hopefully, and get to ride Yoshi then, as well as the Mario Kart ride too.
I don't suspect
Flying Dinosaur, when we hit the brake run, Anthony and I both simultaneously said holy and then two different four-letter words. Sean!
Hey!
Hey!
You're not ready! You're not ready for that shit!
I mean, holy cow. I don't think I've been on a roller coaster this just unapologetically intense in a long time. We got towards the back row and you get just launched off of that lift hill. And then it gets things going with that 540-degree barrel roll, straight into the half loop, straight into the pretzel loop. That pretzel loop is by far the strongest pretzel loop I've had on any flying coaster. And then after that, it lets its foot off the gas, but you're still hauling through it. You just go through its elements at a brisk and brutal pace. Positive G's galore. This is probably B&M's most positive G heavy roller coaster ever. And And not only does it have great positive G's, it's got great negative G's too. We got airtime on this thing. So, is it better than Fly? I don't know, honestly, because they're two completely different flying coasters. But this is by far, easily, without a doubt, the best B&M flying coaster I've ever been on. Holy cow.
Did this ride? It's sick. It's very good.
You liked it?
Yeah.
All right.
See, the G-force was meant to run one.
Yeah, where'd you sit?
I was sitting in the second row.
Second row? Very good. Good to hear. Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. I tried this morning. Credit card doesn't work. It doesn't do the same expiry date of the credit card.
I knew that it was a JR line, so I just followed the signs for JR. I just followed the signs for JR, and then
Obviously, you know, JR stations. Like, oh well, that's a big station.
yeah.
Do you want to do this one, Sean, or do you want to go do some other stuff? I'm going to do that one. Yeah, well, half of them are gone now, so they gone.
Are they lining up for stage show? Yeah, this is going to be a long wait for us, but
70 minutes, so same as before.
We'll just do the main queue.
I got 2 rides on Hollywood Dream, one in the usual forward configuration, as well as the backdrop option where you ride on the backwards facing train. And this is a really, really fun roller coaster. It is a B&M hyper-style roller coaster, but as you can see from the off-ride footage, it really doesn't come close to that 200-foot mark, which is incredible because this ride runs and feels like a hypercoaster. It has just an endless sea of airtime hills. Each one delivers some really, really fun sustained floater airtime, and then it's a very long layout as well, complete with a mid-course brake run. So it's amazing how this ride is able to keep up the pace of a hypercoaster as well as the length of a hypercoaster at barely half the height of one. But the star of the show has to be the soundtrack. Just like Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, you have some songs to select from. You only have 5 options, kind of like how Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket is right now. But I actually got to listen to a couple of awesome J-pop songs, and it made the ride that much more special and that much more Japan. It's a very fun roller coaster. I dare say an underrated roller coaster. I really, really enjoyed this.
SpongeBob, quick, reel it in! Can't you hear the music? That's a 4/4 string ostinato in D minor! Every sailor knows it means death! Reel it in before it's too late!
We're not, it's gonna go up.
Oh yeah.
皆さんこんにちはさあみんなと話しようこうじゃないとこの親指を下に向けるそして大きな声でバーン言ってきたんだ生きてたのかどこにいたんだちょっとはやりから接近中壁が壊された何それ入ってきたよ気になって集中できなかったじゃないか見たか見た黙れなんてね二度と言わせんか撃て撃ち殺せマリだお前ですバカですから言うだけですから来るなしろよしおいヘムまだ話が済んでねえなどこにも行けないんだよ女を捕まえておけおい何がここ行くぞ私様の離れでも確実に捕らえることができるおい
show. こ
By the way, today happens to be the 4th of July, so happy birthday, America. Just like in 2022, I happen to be not in the country for its birthday celebration. This almost looks like Town Square from Back to the Future. All it's missing is a clock tower. Oh look, there's the end of New York City. But there's no Rip Ride Rocket here. Sweet air conditioning. Well, make that number 3 for bin journeys that I have ridden at Universal Parks. Done the one in Florida and California, and now the one here in Japan. And I really like this ride. It's one of the best dark rides in the world, and now I got to experience it in Japanese. And it was actually pretty cool. We kind of compared and contrast the experience of this one versus the American parks. And we noticed some little tiny details that were not on the American versions. For instance, when the dragon is chasing you, we actually saw a physical prop of his wing on the ride. And then it felt like a lot more effects were working on this one than the ones in America. So overall, just a fantastic dark ride, just as good in Japanese.
You are not supposed to be here.
We have so much to do to prepare for the upcoming OWL exam.
So it is. We should definitely stop by the library.
Nandayo, what's the matter? Whoa! Jordan desho, a hippogriff here. Is there a homework assignment on transfiguration? Because surely you haven't just turned someone into a hippogriff of all things.
Wonderland? What is this, Canada's Wonderland? What, am I gonna find Snoopy here too? Oh. So I do believe that there used to be a kiddie coaster behind these doors here, but that closed down in 2020, and it looks like they're repurposing that building, so hopefully some great new things will come out of it. Man, this mishmash of properties is so weird. Hello Kitty feels right at home in Japan, but we got Sesame Street, so it feels like a SeaWorld park, and then Snoopy's, which feels like a Six Flags park.
Your attention please. Before boarding the ride, we ask that you put all of your belongings into one of the attraction lockers. Small items that can fit in your pockets.
Maybe it's just the lighting because this
Dinosaurs going. to end off the night, we had just been getting laps on the Flying Dinosaur, and holy cow, it is an awesome, awesome roller coaster. Freaking masterpiece. This is undoubtedly one of B&M's most brutal, powerful roller coasters. I was fortunate enough to experience the ride both in the very front car as well as the very last car, and man, those extreme riding positions just made for a powerful, powerful ride. In the back, I was getting some airtime, getting yanked down the pretzel loop. Usually when a ride packs on the G's, I say it pummels you with G's. This one just beats you over the head with a pillow sack full of G's. It is just absolutely spectacular. I can't believe a ride like this is at a Universal park. The Universal store. So I did actually take a peek in this one.
You didn't?
I did.
That's a cool facade.
Very cool.
Oh, outdoor AC.
Love it. So, that was Universal Studios Japan, and holy cow, we had an awesome day. So to compare it to the Universal parks back in America, we think that it's kind of a mixture between Universal Studios Florida as well as Islands of Adventure. You have the typical studio portions at the front. You can actually see parts of San Francisco, New York City. You can see the facade of Mummy and Fallon. But then at the back, you've got Jurassic Park, you've got Harry Potter, and then Nintendo World as well. So it really is just a mishmash of all these properties, but it makes for a really cohesive and very fun atmosphere to walk around. So do I prefer these over the American parks? I think I'd still take Islands over Universal Studios Japan, but I mean, if you want to come here for Flying Dinosaur, then come here for Flying Dinosaur. It's totally worth it. There are a lot of attractions that you can find back home in America, but it's fine because it really opens up the market for East Asia to come and experience these attractions that are so beloved on our side of the pond. Other than Flying Dinosaur, was super happy to get on Jaws again for the first time in 12 years. Hollywood Dream was awesome. And then even quintessentials like Forbidden Journey, fantastic. Overall, we just had a really, really awesome day, despite the heat, despite the humidity. And the funny thing is, even though it was pretty busy, I could tell that it was also kind of on the quiet side. But it made for a great day. In fact, we had allocated 2 days for Universal, and we did everything we wanted to, so now we're just doing one. So, a wonderful time. That's going to do it for Universal Studios Japan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. We'll see what park we're at. Take care.